Barak Yehoah, Barakatha, Yahusha, Barak Yehoah, Barakatha, Yahusha, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Lesson will be entitled In One of All Things. My source, Business Insider, article entitled Black Family Receives a Home Appraisal 259K higher than original after asking a white neighbor to present it for them, report says. Summary points. A black family received a low home appraisal on their home in Seattle, Washington. They asked a white neighbor to present it to appraisers and whitewashed their home, King 5 reported. The second appraisal, presented by a white woman, came in at 259K higher than the original. A black family from Seattle, Washington received a significantly higher home appraisal after whitewashing the property and asking a white neighbor to present it for them, local media outlet King 5 reported. It is a part of our systematic racism that is here in America, but we need to do something about it, said Joe Clark, the homeowner, in an interview with King 5. It's taking away our generational wealth. Esau and the other nations are the only people that can have generational wealth. All right? It's Esau's kingdom, and the other nations are joint heirs with Esau. Esau, or the Edomites, so-called white people based on the lineage of their fathers. Now, regarding generational wealth for Israelites, this will not happen until the kingdom of heaven. Okay? The only thing we pass down from generation to generation to generation are the curses spoken of in Deuteronomy 28 and 15. The Clark family said they bought their home in Seattle's Columbia City neighborhood for a little under $1 million 4 years ago. Since then, they told King 5 they renovated it by updating the kitchen and a bathroom and adding an extra bathroom. The family requested a home appraisal when considering financing options to fund their renovations, per King 5, but were shocked by how the value of their home had seemingly dropped significantly to $670,000. The appraisal came in very low, which was really unexpected, said the homeowner. My agent asked me, how was the appraisal? I said it came in really low. Oh, because it was $800,000 to $900,000? And I'm like, no, it was in the sixes, said Clark, per King 5. Clark said he was so shocked to have an appraisal that low that he decided to stage an experiment to ensure that the family got fair market value for their home. According to King 5, Clark asked his white neighbor, Martha Ewell, to present the home, he told King 5. The objective was to see if you had a person that was not someone of color in the house, if that would change the amount that he got for the appraisal, to see if there was some kind of bias there, said Ewell, per the local media outlet. Clark also began whitewashing his home, he told King 5, by removing African art and family photos. The second appraisal came in at $259,000 higher than the original. The house was valued at $929,000, King 5 reported. We're talking a 3-week period and nothing else changed in the house outside of me, said Clark, per King 5. The reason why this happened, this is a reflection or evidence of the curses. Okay? Remember, the reason why we were brought over here, according to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring you into Egypt again. America is modern day Egypt with ships, hence the transatlantic slave trade. By the way whereof I spoke unto you, you shall see it no more again, referring to our land for a long period of time. And there, referring to America, you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, bond meaning slaves, and bondwomen meaning slaves, and no man shall buy you. Remember, we were sold to the Edomites, so-called white people, based on the lineage of their fathers. Let's jump to Numbers. Oh, Salakia, I'm tripping. Ruth 1 and 19. So they two went, referring to Naomi and Ruth, until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? Verse 20. And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty, which is another title for Yahweh, has dealt very bitterly with me. America, when we go into the etymon, comes from the root word Mara, okay? And according to the Hebrew, Strong's H4755, pronounced as Mara, which means bitterness, okay? America, okay, it's nothing but a nomen omen, which means name prediction, going into the future tense on how Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua, was going to deal with us Israelites, which are his people in America. And America is nothing but another place of our captivity. Okay, so from a spiritual sense, all right, us Israelites are nothing but Maras. Okay. And I would assume that would be Marayam, because Yam is plural in the Hebrew, but don't quote me on that, okay? Back into Deuteronomy 28 and 68, you shall see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Okay, again, we came here because Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua, was going to deal bitterly with us. Deuteronomy 20:15, but it shall come to pass, if you will not listen unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, your power to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses, referring to indignation, which means righteous anger. Remember, these curses came about because we broke our agreement with Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Okay? And therefore, this righteous anger was exercised on us in the form of the curses. shall come on you and overtake you. Now, mainly these curses goes into the time frame of 70 AD. Okay, however, we can still apply these curses to our present time now. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shall you serve your enemies, our enemies, okay, beginning with the nation of Edom, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against you in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you. Okay? And this happened. Okay? Google images of yokes of iron. Okay? And see what people has this instrument on them. Okay? Now, when we think about the present time and want of all things, according to this article, right, Joe Clark, who is a resident of Seattle, Washington, had to go to his neighbor, who is a white woman, okay, to get a higher appraisal for his house. He had to remove all his pictures and all his so-called African art from off the walls and let his white neighbor market his house for a higher appraisal. This is a reflection of the curses. Okay? Lord will, you were edified. Shalom.